¿Qué tal, amigos? Welcome to this Spanish breakdown of one of the most famous Spanish songs of all time, Guantanamera, by one of the most famous Spanish singers of all time, Celia Cruz. Today we're going to be breaking down the lyrics to this song to explain the vocabulary and grammar so that you can learn some Spanish, to enjoy the song more, and maybe be able to sing the song to your friends at a party. Who knows? All right, so let's dive right into it. If you like this video, comment and like below. If you have questions about it, put them in the comments as well. And if you want more videos like this and lots of tips and instruction on Spanish, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, Fast Conversational Spanish. All right, so let's get into it. Vamos. Stop right there. First things first. Guajira, Guantanamera. What does that mean? Guajira is two things. One, it's a genre of music, and it's like some folk music, and it's also the name in Cuba of like a country girl, like a girl from the countryside. Guajira. Guantanamera is also the name of a girl from the area of Guantanamo. So this is kind of a country girl from the area of Guantanamo. Okay? Alright, I'm a sincere man. Yo soy un hombre sincero. Ser is the verb. To be, I am, yo soy. And de donde crecen las palmas, from where the palms grow. De donde means from where. Crecen las palmas, grow the palms. From where grow the palms. So one thing that drives English speakers crazy is just sentence structure, the order of words. And so you have to understand a few things. One, Spanish is not English. It has its own structure. But also, number two, it's much more flexible than English. Like, if you speak Spanish, native speakers, there's a lot more flexibility in how they put a sentence together. It's a more poetic language, all right? Especially then in music, even more poetic, all right? So you could say, de donde las palmas crecen, and it would be okay. Or de donde crecen las palmas, it sounds better, a little more poetic sounding. De donde crece la palma. And this crecer comes from the verb, crecen comes from the verb crecer, to grow tall. Yo soy. I'm a sincere man. Yo soy un hombre. Yeah. And a lot of people, for beginners, are like confused by word order. Sincere man, hombre sincero. They switch the nouns and adjectives most of the time. For us, it's adjective noun. For them, it's noun adjective. That's something that you pick up over time, just immersion. Okay, and there's times when it doesn't follow that order. Like I said, Spanish has a lot more flexibility in their sentence structure. De donde crece la palma. Do you notice a difference between this and the last verse? Last line. De donde crece la palma, one palm, instead of las palmas, and that's why it's crece instead of crecen. Crece is the singular form of crecer. So instead of crecen las palmas, it's crece la palma. So where the palm tree grows. All right? And before I die, I want to. Y antes de morir, yo quiero. Y and antes de, before. Morir means to die. I want, yo quiero. Okay? I would say there's no to in there. It's just yo quiero, I want. Antes de is a preposition, before. Morir is a verb. When you put a verb after a preposition, it's called a prepositional phrase, and they don't conjugate the verb in that sentence. So I would translate this as before dying. That's when you put a verb after a preposition, that's kind of how to think of it. Before dying, antes de morir. Before dying, I want.
Y antes de morir, yo quiero
Cantar, to sing. My verses of the soul. Mis versos, my verses. Del alma. Del means de el, of the. El alma is the soul. De el alma. Del alma. And some people ask, why is it el alma? Masculine, feminine. People get crazy about this all the time. They think, oh, the word ends in an A, it must be feminine. In the world of Spanish, nouns and adjectives, you have nouns are assigned a gender. So persons, place, things. Okay, so it's not just men and women. It's the couch, the car, the chair, the house, the dog, the cat, the TV, the lights. Everything is assigned a gender in Spanish for no reason. It's just that's what it is. And usually nouns that end in O are masculine and nouns that end in A are feminine, but not always. So there's no rhyme, there's no reason, that's just the way it is. So it's el alma, it's a masculine word, the soul. Most beginners get way too obsessed with gender and think too hard about, is it masculine or feminine? If you mess that up, they'll still understand you. Gender and getting good at that comes with time and immersion. And more important, spend your energy focused on learning new vocabulary rather than trying to get the gender right.
cantar mis versos del alma. Guantanamera, cultivo una rosa blanca.
Okay, I grow a white rose. Cultivo una rosa blanca. Cultivo comes from the verb cultivar, all right, to grow or to cultivate. And the other sentence back a little ways, crecer means to grow. Crecer is more like to grow tall, and cultivar is more to like to nurture or grow something like a vegetable, fruit, a flower. Cultivar. It's growing like tall is like crecer. Okay. Cultivar is to like farm it, garden it, cultivate it. En junio como en enero. In June as in January. The one thing I'd point out here, junio is lowercase and enero is capital letters. Why? Mistake. Bottom line. You could just do it in lowercase. You don't need to capitalize months and weeks in Spanish. So this is an error. And that's a hard part of learning Spanish on your own. Even with something like this, you don't know, am I wrong or are they wrong? You think it's always you. So that's a huge reason why people struggle and they're confused is, LingoPie has great translations, but even they make mistakes. Most TV shows and things have terrible translations. So a lot of mistakes. So, yeah.
Junio como en enero, cultivo una rosa blanca. En junio como en enero.
For the sincere friend, for the friend sincere, el amigo sincero.
Para el amigo sincero.
Que me da su mano franca. Okay. Who gives me his frank hand. That's kind of an old school way of talking. You wouldn't hear that, in casual conversation at all. Who is usually quien. Here it's que, that. All right? Que in this case would mean like that. So, that gives me his hand. All right? Da is gives. All right? From the verb dar, to give. So, what was the last sentence? It was for the sincere friend that gives me his frank hand. So, me is me. And in English, we put our pronouns after, or what's called the object pronouns after the verb. Who gives me? In Spanish, they put them before the verb. who that me gives. The sincere friend that me gives his frank hand. So that's called an object pronoun. If you want to learn more about pronouns, you can check them out in my Facebook group. I have free workshops on pronouns. Worth checking out. Okay? Su means his, but it could also mean hers, its, their. Su means many things. And you need context. Mano franca, all right, mano is hand and franca is frank. This is an example of masculine, okay, feminine thing. Mano is the noun, so franca is the adjective, and it's matching mano. So the reason it's franca and not franco is because mano is feminine. It's la mano, it's not el mano. So again, it should be masculine if you think of the rules. It ends in an O, but it's not. It's feminine, and there's no reason why. So, su mano franca.
Que me da su mano franca. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Mi verso es de un verde.
My verse is of a green, light green. Okay, mi verso es, that comes from the verb ser, es, of a green, light-colored green. Okay, claro is kind of light-colored. Right, clear or light-colored. Y de un carmín encendido. Okay, and of a fiery carmine. Now, I had to look that up. I was like, what is carmine? What does carmine? Is lipstick is one of the definitions of that. And I believe the correct one, like a fiery lipstick. But if you know any better, comment below. Kind of like a fiery, ignited, bright colored lipstick.
Y de un carmín encendido, mi verso es de un verde claro. Y de un carmín.
Yeah, they don't even know what to translate as. Crimson? No.
Encendido, mi verso es un.
My verse is a wounded deer. Un ciervo, a deer. Herido, wounded.
Ciervo herido.
Seeking shelter in the bush, I would translate this as that seeks in the mountain shelter. Que busca en el monte amparo. That's shelter. Could you say que busca amparo en el monte? Yes. That seeks shelter in the mountain? Yes. But again, Spanish is very flexible with word order.
Que busca del monte amparo. Guantanamera.
That's it. All right. So, yes, this is actually a shortened version of the song. There's like longer versions, but LingoPie, I like using them because they have nice, clear translations, English, Spanish. So they're good for this exercise. Comment below if you'd like me to do this in the full version of this song, or any other songs that you'd like me to do. All right, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it. Check me out, Facebook, Instagram, for more content, more workshops. We do free workshops every week. We have lots of great content. And we are there for you. Conversational Spanish. All right? See you in the next video. Hasta pronto. Nos vemos.